let us know who laid that trap for you. We'll send out a carnivore brigade to go get them.
Hey, Renee, I have a tactic for you. So today at work, somebody had brought in, those small little mini bags of Doritos. Like there was I don't know, 12 bags or whatever. And they brought them in for everybody and they had them on the table in the break room. So what I do is I walk up to that thing. I walk past and I go, poison. You say it out loud. You point your finger and you go, poison. And trust me, it works. It really works. I know it sounds corny, but I've been doing that and it works. When you do that, you're telling yourself that is poison. I'm not going to do it. Okay. And then if you do it, if it happens, that's okay. Just dust yourself off, forgive yourself. Okay. It's happened to me before. I've had my incidents, but get right back on carnivore at your next meal with some good fatty meat or eggs or whatever. It's okay.
Ice cream, cupcakes, ruffles. That food is poison. There you go. It's dangerous. There you go. Well, I'm glad you're back with us here. Come on in here. Like I said, we'll look after you here. We'll make sure you're all right. And yes. Normally, yes. Kristen says she's normally doing last. The guest canceled last minute. Ain't that some bull junk? Well,
hi, Christy.
I'm glad you're here. And we have to maybe, listen, one of these days we'll do a joint keto cookout, lioness, live stream or something there.
Forget about a heart attack ticket.
Men are not allowed there.
Oh, well, that's true. That's I guess that is true. It's a lioness thing there. But she might make an exception for her brother.
I think
lower her standards. She'll lower her standards for me.
Heart attack chicken.
I think he's.
Hey, Rick, I've got batch number 3 in my slow cooker of that beef fat trimmings, that giant 30-pound bag that I got for $1.
Excellent.
And this particular bag, I put all the pieces that had lots of meat on the fat. Mm-hmm. And as I'm cooking it, I'm pulling out that, those pieces and eating it. And man, it was a huge meal from, I'm getting meals out of this fat. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of meat on, when they shave it, they're shaving part of it is the actual side of the meat,
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
I never understood why they do that. I mean, I always like to buy the whole piece of meat myself and cut it up. I'm saying you're throwing the best part away, and they look at me funny.
It's so tender and delicious when you get that very outer edge where the meat hits the fat. It's so good.
Oh man, that's the best.
Well, we are oddballs. A lot of folks, most folks don't like that. Even if you go to any mainstream barbecue restaurant and you order brisket or something like that, you have to fight them to give you the fatty part.
I know.
Because most people get mad when they get a plate full of fatty. They're like, well, because again, we lose sight of this as ketogenic people, that we are a small percentage of the world, not in this room, but in the world. So 90% of the people out there will send it back in there to the barbecue, to the chef if it's not lean enough. They'll send it back. We don't want all this fat. So that's what it is. I mean, that's just real life. But we're working on one person at a time. We are changing the world and sharing with people the power of protein and fuel of fat.
I used to be that person that I'd go to the store. It's like, oh, I'm paying for fat. I'm like, what the heck?
Listen, I mean, I can promise you something right now today. There are thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of doctors who saw hundreds, if not thousands of patients who told them today to trim the fat, eat leaner meats, and not eat red meat. And all. I guarantee you, thousands of people are getting
still saying it. They're still
from their doctor. Yeah. So, fortunately, everybody's not lucky to have a medical genius like Dr. Vasquez, as their medical
Hey, Russ, you should have seen the face. This is a Latino grocery store. They speak almost no English, and I speak a little Spanish. I'm cobbling together, and I'm trying to tell him that I want the fat. He's looking at me. He goes, ¿Quieres the visa? The fat? And I'm like, sí, mucho grisa. Right? He goes,
Yeah,
¿Por qué quieres la gris? What is it? How do you say fat, Dr. Nelson?
Grasa.
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 He goes, ¿Por qué
fat.
quieres la grasa? I
Porque
said,
muy bueno.
por comer. I mean, to eat it, right? I speak a little Spanish, Dr. Nelson. But enough. Bastante.
I go to a Bravo supermarket and they sell me the trimmings just like you with a little bit of muscle in there.
Yeah.
For 99 cents a pound.
Nice.
But you know who else buys it? No one. They throw it normally away.
Well, that's what I said. I said to him, "What do you do with the fat?" And they say in a basura.
Yeah.
In
They sell it
I have
to
to
me
go to
for
the
99.
dumpster at
I'm happy,
Presidente.
but then they have New York strips that normally would have a cap, right? It's all trimmed and the ribeyes is all trimmed, and even if they cut picanhas into steaks, they trim it. I said, "Why? What are you doing?" Hey, more for me when I go and buy.
The only reason he charged me $1 was to get through the cashier. I had to actually pay something. So he says, "Are you okay if it's $1? $1?" I said, "Sí, $1." So
but the butchers there already know me. When they see, you want quiere grasa? See.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Father of United Carnivore gives us a thumbs up. Good to see you. Renee says, Russ, that bag is greasy. I had to lick it clean before I could crawl out. Well, listen, that is in the past. Okay, that is yesterday is history.
It
Tomorrow
happened.
is
It's done now.
I'm not. Listen, we don't judge here. I tend to prefer my potatoes mashed, but sometimes we have weak moments. Don't worry about it. Keep on rocking.
Renee, next time, just remember, Renee, that stuff is fried in straight up seed oil. Okay.
Yeah,
So if you can avoid
right.
that, it'll really help you out a lot.
That's right. That's right. Renee knows she's one of us. She's just been one thing about this life, though, I can tell you cannot unlearn it. Once you know it, it's always with you, and it will always pull you back like a gravitational pull. You might be out there for a little while, but you know better. When you know better, you do better. So, like I said, this channel is for everybody, including the strugglers. I happen to be a struggler myself, but you know what? It's going to kill me or it's going to fight me every day. That's how we roll. So you keep hanging in there. Don't you worry about it. Keep rolling.
Understand it.
Let's see here. We got.
How can anyone want that crap?
I think we're good.
Ruffles are disgusting.
Ruffles have ridges. Okay.
It's addictive.
They're disgusting.
I know.
Yeah, she did. I remember you saying something about a hip replacement you had a while back.
Who would buy chips? That's crazy.
People that are hooked on them, like us.
Couldn't you just go to the meat department and buy some meat instead?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Grandma. Hello there, Grandma. Good to see you, beloved. Glad you're here with us. Boomer McGeezer says, my parents always give me crap about eating burger and steak all the time, yet they seem to think the salad they have for lunch somehow cancels out the day.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That is funny. Crank, my man Crank, I tell you, he's something. He always lurks around. He always sneaks in on the back end of it there. Always good to see you, Crank, brother. Glad you're here. It says our local Safeway Albertsons has regular sales of untrimmed tri-tips. There's always 5 or 6 on the shelf. Black and blue steak.
What is black and blue steak? I don't know if I know what that is.
Very, very rare. Just right back on the outside.
Oh, the way I like it. Okay.
I believe.
Very, very seared on the outside and very, very rare in the middle.
Oh, okay. That's how I eat. Okay, I didn't know it was called.
I just had that like 2 days ago. Oh my god.
Wow.
Hey, Russ.
I haven't got there with that. Yeah, brothers ain't doing that.
Who else is going to try engine cooked steak?
Go ahead. What's that, Pete?
Guess what my last name is?
Steak?
Black and blue.
No, Cutler.
Oh,
yeah, I remember seeing that. Okay.
Yeah. Are you Cranky's cousin?
No relation. But every time I see Cranky Cutler, I'm like, stop making fun of me.
My sister Rhonda's in the building. Everybody say hi to Rhonda. Hey, sis, how you doing?
Hi, Rhonda.
Now, listen, I call a lot of people my sister. That is my biological sister. We have the same bloodlines there. we are relatives and family. So
Hello, Rhonda.
North Carolina, and she is ketogenic sympathizer. She's good most of the time. I'm not gonna. She got me drinking a little bit of beer again, though. Says my sister got me light beer once in a while. Hey, don't give me the gas face, Pete. I'm only human here.
Hey, just make it low carb as you can
Absolutely.
get.
And listen, I have a hard limit on my beer. 3 carbohydrates. That is the hard limit. If it's 3 or under, I'll have one every now and again.
Beer tastes nasty though.
No, thank you. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I've been drinking lately, and it's like my beer. It's Topo Chico Lime in a glass bottle. When I was at Dr. Kiltz's, Dr. Nelson, remember he had a big bucket of those?
Yep.
And I hadn't had that ever. I've never had that before. And I got to so I ended up buying at Sprouts. It's like a grocery store chain.
Right, we have those.
They had a 12 pack for like $14.99, and I bought 3 12 packs.
Wow.
But I love that stuff.
I cheap out. I don't even know where I could get that around here. I in Jacksonville.
I'll tell you where you can get a knockoff. You know, in Sam's Club, their Members Mark, which is their brand.
Oh.
They have it's the same as Topo Chico, the mineral carbonated, no lime, no flavoring, just it tastes the same, comes in glass bottles, the same thing.
It's good stuff.
It's a lot cheaper than the Topo Chico.
Well, I used to drink Perrier, so I got tired of the bottles. I get cheap canned, club soda from Costco or different places. Or what's that? They have a sales on LaCroix around here all the time, so I get that. I'm much more of a can guy. Those bottles, I broke so many of those bottles, like in my trash and different things. You know, you have a plastic bag, and you drop the bag, and now it's shattered. It's just a mess, and they're heavy, and it's just a mess to glass. I enjoy them at other people's places, but at home you gotta get a can, pop the top and knock it back.
So what problem are you having, Renee?
Yes, I was going to say, is she talking about the price? Yes, absolutely. I've had problems with the prices are outrageous.
Yes.
So I'm pretty much off of pork. I don't eat very much anymore. A lot of people know, not any particular reason. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and so we didn't really eat it as a kid and as a young adult. So
I'll tell you what's pretty cheap is pork, like the pork spare ribs. You can get that on sale like for $1.99 or $2.99, somewhere in there. And I got to tell you, you put that in the oven and cook that up slow, like 275 for 3 hours. It's good.
And since I buy bacon by the case lately, it doesn't matter what brand, at least a third of it has been bad. Really? Yeah, no, I haven't had bacon in quite a little bit. I haven't heard that in my travels. Bruce says, I'm a rum man myself. Thank you. See, I knew Bruce wouldn't let me flop around here like a fish out of water by myself. I want to enjoy it. I need some backup there.
I got to tell you, about 2 or 3 months into carnivore, I completely lost all taste for alcohol. I don't know what happened. I didn't mean to do it. I was never a really big drinker, but I don't know. I just stopped and went to water pretty much, and a little sparkling water, but mostly just water.
Now, tell me.
Similar to sugar. That's why.
Oh, go ahead, Julia. Say it again.
I was saying that alcohol and sugar are so related in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think that, I know for me, being a sugar addict, getting on carnivore, I don't even crave I don't even think about it. And unless it's like in front of my face, and then I just bring a pound of bacon to occasions like that.
Yeah.
You guys have to help me out with this, because I know you guys know way more about me than stuff. Now, the higher the alcohol content, right? The higher the sugar content. Is that goes? So if you're taking shots of something that's 40 proof, it's different than drinking a wine spritzer that's got 2% alcohol. I mean, it's not the same, right?
I think it's less. The more alcohol, the less sugar content, I believe. I think that's
Okay. All right.
Because
Mhm.
so in other words, you can drink whiskey and get 0 sugar in it.
Dr.
But-
Nelson,
Right.
what do you think?
That was my understanding.
All right, so there are two different things: alcohol, actual alcohol, and the carbs in beer, for example. The bottom line is both are poison to your liver, whether it's alcohol or the carbs that get converted into glucose, or
Fructose.
depending if there's which grain this is made from. There might be some fructose as well, but they all damage. So drink at your own.
I got you. But answer. I got a question for you, Peter. Were you ever a drinker like in your life? Were you ever like a
Yeah, I
beer
mean, I
guy
drink,
or
you know,
wine?
just social drinker. I would say I was never alcoholic or anything like that.
Yeah. I listen, man. I mean, like I said, we keep it real here. We the good, the bad, the ugly. Man, you get you a nice thick ribeye steak with that great sear and a ice cold, 2.6 carbohydrate. Michelob Ultra. Shout out to my man Paul. I see my sister Laura's in the building. Paul Russell, her great husband. He likes Mick Ultra. I like Mick Ultra. We had a may or may not have had one together at one time, but sometimes, man, you gotta, the old life calls you back to it. I know you're not. I know you've never been a drinker diagnosed. You've never really been that guy, but I never was a drinker either. But yeah, when I was in college and stuff, I like to knock back a few beers with the boys.
Rainwater.
Me too.
Yeah. So speaking of my wonderful, beautiful sister, she is in the building. All my sisters are here. Good to see you, sis. She'll be on next week. Laura Russell will be here in the building. So yeah, man. Listen, we're not judgmental here. We all have our things, and we're trying to make it through. Because I started carnivore August 2023. Christmas 20, I got drunk on a 3 car. Now that is funny, man. That is funny.
Well, yeah, your
Well,
tolerance.
I've heard that.
I remember. Yeah.
I've heard that from other people who have had alcohol after being strict keto or carnivore, and it seems it has an amplified effect on them.
Actually, I think I had 2. What do they call hard seltzers, Dr. Nelson? This was about 6 months or 8 months into carnivore, and I woke up the next morning like I had a 12-pack. I had a bang and a cake, and for literally 2 of these things.
Was it like one of the sweet ones or just like a club soda one?
It was like it had a flavor like grapefruit or something.
Oh, it probably has some sugar in it.
They make some of them that are pretty much just club soda with a little bit of, and then they make some that are like
it was a very light one with very few carbs, but it's I guess it's the alcohol. I don't know.
Sure, could be. I unfortunately suffer no ill effects. Sometimes I wish I did. Ellen says, I refuse to buy anything produced by Nestle, Pepsi, or Coca-Cola. Topo Chico is a Coca-Cola product. I don't trust anything from those companies.
Rainwater.
Yes.
Well water.
Well water. Rainwater.
That's what I do.
Anybody have any comments about Coca-Cola products or anything? Anybody? A lot of people in the community drink Topo Chico, so you're gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings if they find out that they're secretly putting something in the Topo Chico.
I never knew that Coca-Cola made that stuff. That's new on me.
Wasn't that a character from the Ed Sullivan Show?
Topo Chico?
Something like that. Topo Gigio?
Topo Gigio. I think it was. Yeah.
But Ellen, I respect your respect you for not wanting to support them. I do.
Yeah. Like so, no judgment here. We do what you feel is best. What about Kirkland? Do you have a problem with Kirkland, Brandon? Because that's where I get most of my club soda from.
Yeah, but that's probably white label from Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Yeah. I have to read the label. Might be bottled by them exactly. Hey, what's going on, brother? Our brother Dave is in the building.
Hey, DC.
Hey, Dave. DC.
Hello,
Down under.
Dick.
I'll see you soon,
Arlene.
man.
Hello there, beloved. Glad to see you. Hi, Russ, Rick, Dr. Nelson, all you beautiful people. You must be talking to you guys. Love this gathering. Yes, we are here every Tuesday night, 8:30, just hanging out, having fun, socializing here at the virtual Keto Cookout. Our man Bruce says, have noticed since being on Carnivore that just one rum drink makes me quite buzzed. I used to be able to down 3 or 4 before feeling anything. Okay. Well, that sounds like improvement to me. Those meetings work wonders for you. I'm teasing my man Bruce. I'm sure
By
he
the way,
was not.
I linked in the chat the video on histamine intolerances that I was talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think it's wonderful we got so many people here with so much knowledge, and if you have questions or things of that nature, you can certainly put them in there. We got the doc here. You can ask me. I don't know anything, but I'll come up with something. Let's see here.
Russ, I think you're a beautiful person, by the way.
Well, thank you, Pete. I think are you setting me up for something, brother? Are you what?
No, I think you're a great guy. Seriously.
Man, listen, I just try to love people, man. I just try to love, laugh, live, learn. That's all of us, man. I started this channel and this show because I didn't want to learn about all them big words and all them doctors and all that stuff, man. I just wanted to hang out somewhere with cool people and just talk about stuff. And so I started this just as a fun social thing. And, that's what it is. So, yes, I try to. This world's got enough sickness and sadness and pain and sorrow and hurt. Amen. Come on with them jokes. Come get these jokes.
You end up with us. Huh?
Yeah, man. That's right. That's right. So, and we don't judge here. I don't care what you eat. As a matter of fact, if you're eating a donut right now, this is exactly where you need to be, because we're going to help you, show you why you shouldn't be eating that thing, and we're going to try to get you on your way to health and good life. And so, yes, Bruce is calling it a night as always, brother. So good to see you, man. Glad you're here. We'll see you hopefully next week.
See you, Bruce.
And someone put in there, have your Kleenex handy, ladies, when you watch Tom's interview. Yes, I thought I saw something in my mentions about Tom. I think Tom? I saw something. Yeah, with your.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's Tom.
You forgot my name?
Well, I think of you as Thomas, not Tom.
Oh.
Yeah, his video with Carrie from Homestead How came out when yesterday. Was it yesterday, Tom?
Yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah.
2 days ago.
I was going to watch it, but I'm not now.
Yeah, I sent an email to Carrie. I said, you got to interview this guy, Thomas, this friend of mine. I said, he's got a really amazing story. And then I said, Thomas, you got to email Carrie. I said, I sent him an email, and I knew it was going to be a great interview. I just knew it. I told Carrie, you got to interview this guy.
Well, I mean, actually, I interviewed Carrie before you even emailed me. So,
oh, really?
I mean, it's kind of fun. Yeah. No, I already emailed because Booby Goat suggested it too. So I actually just took up on it. So your email was more for like a confirmation, like, hey, he's really. So you.
Well, and Thomas, the reason why your story means so much to me is I lost my late father-in-law. His name was Dick Dalsimer. He was a wonderful little guy, and he had diabetes. And the last 7 years of his life, he ended up as a double amputee, no legs. First they took the same like you, little hole in the heel. It was exactly the same, an ulcer in the heel. Then they took a toe. Then they took, his toes. Then they took his foot. Then they took half his leg. Before you know it, he had no legs, 5 fingers amputated. He was on dialysis for many years. I don't know, 6-7 years. Doubled over in pain in a wheelchair, half blind, and in 24/7 pain. And Thomas, you were on. I think you were on the road to something like that.
Yes.
If you didn't,
and not to interrupt you, Pete, but you know what? I'll be willing to bet you he did everything his doctor told him all the way
Yeah.
down the line.
Yeah, but you know the
Nutritious,
thing
all
was
that.
he kind of didn't take it seriously. He just I'll just keep eating the cookies and the soda, and he kept doing all
Okay.
that, and I'll just shoot more insulin. You know, it was very sad.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I've got a friend right now that's dying that does that. You know.
Yeah, and they just think,
Oh,
if I
And
just
they
shoot
don't
more
see it.
insulin,
They
I'm
don't see
okay.
it,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the veils over their
Well-
eyes, and
Yeah, I'm with you. And I'll tell you something, you know, while we're talking about diabetes, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I told him this, and I know it's probably not the best thing, especially I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Of course, you know, we have wonderful doctors here. I'm not one of them. To me, there's no such thing as pre-diabetes. I hate to hear pre-diabetes. And to me, this again, Doc Nelson has already given me the look. All right, you know, here, let me stay with me, Doc. Stay with me, Doc. Here, this.
No. I
Here's what
agree
I'm
with
doing.
you, Ross. I agree with you.
I
That's
can't
why I'm
believe it. Okay.
smiling. That's why I'm
Because
smiling.
let me tell you what I think of it. Again, this is it's just like managing. I'll get into that in a minute. To me, telling somebody they have pre-diabetes is like telling somebody with a scratchy throat and a runny nose they've got pre-flu. Okay? It's like, no, you've got the flu. You just don't have it bad enough yet where you gotta you're laying in the bed. But you got it, you know, and it's gonna get you. And that's how I feel about pre-diabetes, telling people, oh, you're pre-diabetic. No, you're diabetic. You're just not diabetic enough that we have to give you pills or shots or pills and shots. So I hate that pre-diabetes thing. So
Ross,
okay, I'm glad you co-signed it. I'm glad you
gonna
co-signed
give
it.
you, because of that, I'm gonna give you an honorary degree from my medical
Don't do that.
school.
No, from the
now on,
Kids
you
medical.
have to call him Dr. Homesick Buckeye. And I'll get serious just for a second, and we can continue joking around. But there was a study, the Arista study, and you can look up Arista study and look to the graphs. The bottom line is you start skyrocketing complications of diabetes. The bigger ones are the cardiovascular events, all-cause mortality, and cancer. And the number of those incidents starts skyrocketing at 5.7 of A1C. It doesn't wait. I mean, people who may never been diagnosed or will never be diagnosed with diabetes will die of complications of diabetes even before they were diagnosed of. So I totally agree with you. I wish someone changed. I've been telling patients exactly that. I have this little graph, one of my props that I use when I talk to patients, and I show them how it doesn't matter if your A1C has never been 6.5. If you're in that range, you're already at increased risk of all-cause mortality, basically all the complications, all-cause mortality, cancer, like skyrocketing numbers when you're diabetic versus when you're not. Even if you're, most doctors will say, oh, you're not too bad. It's 5.9, it's 6. You're okay. Even another doctor told my wife once at 7.2, oh yeah, that's okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's the same way with managing. We've all seen the commercial with the goofy song, I've got type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. All that.
Oh, yeah.
How does
I hate that.
All dancing around and everything.
Yeah,
it's a nice
Guardian.
Guardians commercial,
yeah,
yeah.
we all know the Jardians commercial, and it's like it's the same thing. It's like telling somebody they can manage their diabetes would be like you calling the pest control guy and him telling you, well, you can manage these roaches. We can manage them. We just keep them over here in this closet there and here. We keep them out of the kitchen. We just put them. They'll be in the bedroom. Yeah. We'll manage them.
Your
We'll
house,
get rid of them, but we'll
your house is on fire.
I don't want to manage. I want them gone.
Your house is on fire. We can manage it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know about the
I don't want to manage
Russ,
that.
you know about the
Just
Roach
don't put it
Motel?
Roaches check in.
But they don't check out.
They don't check out.
That's Rick's Iguana Motel.
The Iguana Motel. They check in, but they don't check out.
Cranky Cutlers says Topo Chico has been sourced and bottled in Mexico since 1895. In the 20s, Topo Chico obtained the rights to bottle in Mexico, Coca-Cola in Mexico. In 2017, Coca-Cola acquired Topo Chico. Yeah, so there you have the history of Topo Chico and Coca-Cola. But yeah, man, this stuff just it drives me bonkers. I told the guy, I said, hey man, let's get you on the right road. And
Russ, my story, real quick.
Diabetes
was and being 300 pounds with a BMI of 40 and high blood pressure. But what happened was I was pre-diabetic for many years, Dr. Nelson, and my doctor didn't make it like, oh, it's no big. He didn't make it like it was any kind of big deal until one day I had the blood test and I was over 8, and it happened. So, all of a sudden,
Yeah, well, actually, it doesn't happen all of a sudden because
Exactly.
you're fasting
it's a gradual
insulin.
thing, but yeah, it feels
If you
like
check your fasting insulin, you see it going up, but nobody,
Nobody checks that.
I heard Dr.
Right.
Lustig say one time.
You know how much fighting I had to do to get them to check my fasting insulin? Like they still haven't checked it yet.
Oh my God.
Dr. Lustig told me, not told me, but said on the stream that 40 or 50 years ago it was common. They always check fasting insulin, but when they came out with all the drugs and all that stuff, they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I've had doctors go to me and like, why do you need it for? You already know you're diabetic. I'm like, well, yeah, but I like to check all my markers,
Yeah. Just like liver numbers.
I didn't get the link to the histamine video that you were talking about. I didn't see it on the chat.
According to Bruce, he said it doesn't go on.
I put it in the chat. I put it 3 times already.
I'm sorry. Okay, somehow maybe
check again. Bruce said something about the links don't go on to the chats for some reason.
Well, I put the link there. You might have to copy and paste. I don't know if
I probably have to go to the original because I'm on
just not
StreamYard.
Totally clickable.
Yeah, it doesn't come on the StreamYard.
Ken says, I thank God for my doctor. His doctor is Dr. Tony Hampton. Yeah, you could probably do better, but he'll do.
Chance, how long have you been carnivore, Chance?
He'll do. He can respond to that. And I really hope you tell Hampton all the stuff I'm saying about him. I really do. Ellen says, San Pellegrino and Perrier made by Nestle. I try to make the best informed choices I'm able to. I only buy Gerald Steiner Mountain Valley sparkling water. I have to say, most Brazilian steakhouses serve San Pellegrino. And being a person who may or may not spend some time in Brazilian steakhouses, I have definitely had some San Pellegrino. But I'm with you there. Yeah. If you feel as though those things are not in your best interest, you should not ingest them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she says, thanks, Cranky, but I still don't trust him. Can't trust it. Let's see what you got. Carnivores, Lamb says carnivores also seem to like Evian water. So I expect them to spell the name backwards. Yes, pre-diabetes is early. And listen, Doc, I'll give you some time if you want to take that back. You're on thin ice agreeing with me on anything medical. I'm just saying, yeah, you might want to I don't know if you're ready for your career to be over. Okay, so if you
well, I am serious about it. That is my thinking. It's like being pre-pregnant.
Yeah. I've often thought that. I've never said it. I don't like to. I don't want anybody to think I'm giving medical advice or anything like that.
You're okay. You're a little bit pregnant only.
Yeah, I mean it's just nuts to me. Today's birthday today. Everybody's saying happy birthday today, so I guess it is Dave's birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. That's Stevie Wonder, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say if we're getting to the end here. Yes, we don't have a healthcare industry. It's a management industry. Yes, it's a sickness Sick care is what we have here. Or it says if you're above 5.7, you're diabetic and damage your brain and body. You know, in my story is not like most. I never had any of that stuff. And my last blood test, my A1C was 4.8.
Wow.
Which is you wouldn't think so, but
That's
I
pretty
have
good.
My
other,
last one was
other
5
issues.
point.
I
Mine
was
was
going to say yours
5.1.
like 5.1, right, Pete?
Yeah, 5.1.
Yeah. Polish Mike says I prefer regular water. I don't find the idea of paying 4 times the price for carbonation bourbon you get after drinking. Save money for more
I just
meat.
use a water filter, and that's it.
There you go. More meat.
And
Can't argue with that.
then just put it in
Dave
the
says,
mug.
13 years of fighting cancer. They never check my fasting insulin. I track it myself. Yeah, I know many people, you know, who had this problem, and I'm sure you guys know Dave Feldman, ownyourlabs.com. I had the pleasure of meeting him years ago, and I checked my blood for the first time in 50 years using ownyourlabs.com.
Cool.
And after meeting him at his at an event, a really nice guy and does a lot, you know, for the ketogenic community. So I tell people all the time, you know, if your doctor fights you, won't give it to you. I've had many people tell me my doctor will not do it. I asked them, told them I wanted it. They said, no, absolutely not, will not do it. Which is crazy to me because it's not an expensive. I mean, I think it's $12 or $15 on ownyourlabs.com. It's not like it's some $1 million test or whatever.
Well,
but
you know what, Russ? I asked my doctor because he said the same thing. They outright refused, and he said, "Oh, well, the insurance company doesn't pay for it." I said, "Well, I'll pay for it."
sure.
Well, we
You know
still
what,
don't
though? I
think
checked my
you
insurance
have it. I'm
company.
like, my A1C is 8.
Yeah. You know what? Funny
Now-
that you said that, Peter, because I checked my insurance company. I asked them what the doctor told me. He told me the same thing. And they said, no, they take care of it. There's no reason why the doctor would say no.
Yeah, I can't imagine a doctor saying you need this test and they're telling me, oh, no, we're not going to do that. I don't know.
Well,
They blame it on the insurance and vice
the
versa.
thing is, the doctor might not know what to do with it.
Right.
And that might be one of the, I'm going to say, give them the benefit.
Right.
of
They
the
don't want to
doubt.
admit that.
That might
right.
be one of the reasons. But whenever you order a test, we always have to justify it with one code. And any code that has to do with blood sugar or metabolic syndrome and I'm going to go ahead and do the little research. Doesn't take me long. I can't do it right now. But there are multiple codes that will justify doing the insulin. But most of the time, the doctor might not know what to do with it because if you're diabetic and you're on many medications and you order a fasting insulin, what are you going to do for the patient? There is not exactly a medication to lower insulin if it's too high. And if it gets a little bit complicated in the weeds, basically, guess what? Everybody here, I don't know how many people you have here right now. Everybody knows what to do. Go on a low carbohydrate diet. Your insulin will go down.
Right. That's why we're here.
Chan says started on January the 1st, carnivore. Listen, January December 31st, he was partying like it was 1999. He had a biscuit in one hand and a donut in the other and pizza on the table. But he laid them biscuits down in the new year, brother. Lay them biscuits down and get some beef that's ground.
Amen.
You will get this thing right. So good for you, brother. Happy for you and happy you're here with us. Sybil V says, good evening, everyone. Yes, it is a good evening. And I think that's about the most of it here. I think for those who didn't get the backward spelling of Evian, a French brand, it's naive. They are toying with us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep,
We're gonna,
Yeah.
Dr. Vasquez, those links aren't showing up. I think the chat just doesn't take them. Because I was looking, I looked on, it just doesn't allow it.
It won't allow you to do it.
I'm putting it. I'm putting it.
No, it's not your fault. There's something about the algorithm that doesn't allow them. For some reason.
But I see them. I'm putting it on Russ's channel on the chat.
Right, and I looked on the channel. It's not showing up on my feed for some reason.
Do you
I don't
see
know.
them, Ross? If Ross maybe can copy them and put them.
Oh, listen, man, you're asking a lot for me to do any kind of technical thing here. So, are they in the private chat? If they're in the public chat,
Yeah, they're not
Do
in
you
the
see
public
it in the
chat.
public chat?
No.
I don't see anything in the public
Yeah,
chat.
neither do I, Dr. Nelson.
No, I don't see anything in the public chat.
I'm looking as we speak.
Try it again.
Yeah, they're just
It says here, same thing happened to me, Doc. I put a link and I could see it, but no one else could.
right.
Oh, there you go. There's a link there. Looks like Doc just put a link in there.
Let me just copy that. I can get it.
E11.9 ICD-10 code with cover lab work. See, this is what happens when you get all these smart people in a,
Yeah.
you know.
In one room.
That's right. Listen,
Well,
I'm gonna have to start limiting the IQ of the room here. I'm gonna have to find some way to do. We got too many smart people in here. I can't have it. I can't have this. My show's going to hell in a handbasket with all these smart people giving all this information.
Uh-oh.
That's why I'm here to keep things balanced out.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if you it says yeah, I don't know. I think it says you have to be owner or moderator to put links in.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Which
Yep.
you can,
Oh, so that's why.
yeah, if you email it to me, I don't mind putting it in there, but we're getting to the end anyway here.
Yeah.
Of this. This is where we explain to the folks that we have come to the end of the road. We have fulfilled our contractual obligations to the family. And I want to thank everyone. And I do mean everyone here. And hold on a second. Let me grab this link here and try to put this in the chat for everyone. Whoops.
Hey, can I just give 2 shout outs?
Absolutely. Shout out. You can get, matter of fact, you can give 3 if you like.
If everybody could please, I know 5 a.m. Eastern time is tough, but Dr. Kiltz has a great show. Dr. Nelson's on there typically with Alia. And live at 5, Dr. Kiltz, Kiltz. Come join us. And then the other shout out is Rick, Charger Mopar. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. He's got a great live stream. I never miss it. Please go there and give Rick some love. He's got the most soothing voice on the internet.
Well, thank you.
Rick is my guy, and Dr. Kiltz is my guy. There's no doubt about that. But unless I have insomnia, I'm not awake for either one of those streams. Now, I had insomnia last. Matter of fact, it was last Tuesday, I think.
Oh,
was it
you
a
were on
Wednesday
there?
stream? I was on the Wednesday morning stream.
Yep.
And I came in there and I let a few jokes off in the chat there.
Yep.
And is because I hadn't been to bed yet from Tuesday night. So
Wow.
Sometimes that's just how it works. Sometimes I can't sleep. So if I have insomnia, I will catch those streams. But you guys should catch those streams even if you don't have insomnia.
Well, I'm one of those early risers, so this gives me something to do when I'm up, because I'm always up 3:30 to 4:30 in the morning anyway. Yeah. So it gives me something to do.
Some people are chickens, some people are owls. I'm an owl guy. You know, with the chickens, I'm with an owl guy. Yes. But again, hey, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me on the Tuesday. We'll be back here next Tuesday with Laura Russell on the Keto Cookout, 8:30 Eastern Time. Come hang out with us. Until then, keep your carbs low, keep your proteins and fats high, and we'll see you on the next one.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.